Good afternoon. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Sunday, March 7th, Friday. Fantastic day in the market, fantastic play our day in the chat room for us. We had some monster winners. Market did great. We had the unemployment report come out much better than expected. We only had 36,000 jobs lost per the government report. Very good number. You remember I stated in the Thursday video newsletter the last time we had what they're calling Snowmageddon, where we had a huge snowstorm on the East Coast many years ago. The unemployment report that came out shortly thereafter showed a huge job loss, 200,000 plus. Expectations were for a big job loss number this week. We did not get that. And the assumption can be made that if it was not for the huge snowstorms we had, we possibly could have had a positive jobs report there on Friday. Very good. Economic data continues to tick in pretty positively. We also had the consumer credit number come out. First time in 11 months we saw a growth in consumer debt. That's actually good. That means consumers are really getting stir crazy now. They're starting to go out there and spend. We should, as I mentioned before, it won't be long before you start to see a big rush in job hiring. That's just what I believe is going to happen in the next 3 to 6 months. You've got companies just sitting back, trying to milk as much as they can out of their current workforce. That's going to end pretty quickly, in my opinion. I would not be surprised to see the next unemployment report actually post a small jobs increase. And as such, we saw a very nice breakout in the market. You can see here on the 15-minute chart, we broke that previous resistant level and just went kaboom. Shorts paying for it right now. You know, their argument that this rally has been on low volume. Well, you know, here we are, 600 points higher from the end of the world call they had there a couple of weeks ago. Looking at the daily chart, very nice daily chart here. We broke that resistance level on the daily chart. We're looking good for a test of the previous January high at 10729 right now. Key thing, check out RSI. We broke the downtrend line that's been in RSI since the July last year lows. Very bullish. If we scroll down here further, on balance volume very strong, stochastics holding nicely, and just a very nice setup here on the Dow. Support right now on the Dow is the 50-day moving average. That is at 10,375. As long as we hold above the 10,375 level, we should be pushing towards new highs this month. Checking out the SMH chart, similar setup here. Really didn't have that big of an up day on Friday, but I really believe we're going to see the tech stocks outperform this week if this rally continues like it should. And look for the SMH to make a run on its previous highs here at the 28th. You'll note that the sell-off recently has been on lower volume. Last two sessions on the SMH, very nice volume increase, and that looks very good. Key thing for us, Russell 2000, huge breakout in the Russell 2000 this past week. We are up almost 40 points here on the Russell. 5% gain on the Russell this week. Small cap index, multi-year high here. Huge breakout. Good volume on the breakout, and that is fantastic for us because this is where we play. We play in small cap land. And, you know, as this market slowly trudges higher, you're starting to see the small cap stocks really start to take off. Thursday we saw the penny stocks wake up. Friday was just penny mania. We got a couple of those monsters in the chat room. We'll go into those in a few minutes. U.S. dollar continuing to slowly walk down. You know, there's chatter that the dollar really doesn't matter right now, that it's got a disconnect with the market. I don't believe that's the case. We've got positive news on the Greek situation has been helping to support the euro, and that's just been great for stocks right now and good for commodities, which in turn has been good for the market. Stock winners for us on Friday, WAVE. We tagged this one as a trading alert in the chat room. 37 cents on Friday, hit 60 cents. 70% gain in a couple of hours. Just a monster winner for the chat room. And this one actually moved very, very fast. Another play that we called in the chat room early was IRSN down there at the 27-cent area. Hit 39.5 cents into the close. 30% gain in a few hours. Just fantastic. We saw the penny stock sort of ease off into the close on Friday, which is typical. We might see a little pause in them tomorrow, or they might continue to just explode. But by Tuesday, Wednesday, we should really see the penny mania pick up. We're following the same playbook that we saw or followed back in August and September, and then November and December on the penny stocks. Would look for the same sort of craziness again. There was some huge moves on Friday. GLRP, 400% gain on sort of silly news, in my opinion. But, you know, the momentum crack is out there right now. That stock ran 400% and it's getting delisted on Monday. That tells you what kind of mania is out there right now. Our favorite plays going into this week's setups, ULU. This is a stock, does very, very well at the beginning of penny manias. Looks very, very good here. Positive MACD cross on this one on Friday. As mentioned before, the last time we saw positive MACD cross on this one was right before it went on a 3-week 250% move. So here's looking at the same thing happening again. As you can see, ADX has started to tick up, getting to the 20 area. Stochastics are bottomed. On-bounce volume looks great. Would be looking to accumulate this one, 19 cents and under. Break of 20 cents, and it's off to the races here with a move to 25 to 30 cents being our target. ROX. This is another penny stock. Monster volume on Friday. Broke out as high as 31 cents. Then we had a short, possibly a short, more than likely a hedge fund that's been sitting on a position here and used the volume interest to get out of their position. Remember, funds are morons for the most part. They usually sell bottoms before the turnaround. Liquor company, great chart setup here, especially with the penny stocks catching fire. Targets, as you can see on the chart, 34 and 42 cents are our targets. RSI has just flatlined over the last month. ADX looks great. Check out the on-bounce volume. Just massive on-bounce volume here. They did a pretty good job of capping this stock on Friday, but in my opinion, they won't be able to hold this one. And this one's trading at, barely above its recent lows. So very, very nice risk reward in this stock going into this week. VTRO, this is one we tagged for a 30% move a week ago. It's retraced nicely on low volume. Breakout is 40 cents here. No delist worries here for a few months. They've got positive earnings coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Break of 40 cents, and it's off to the races with a 50-cent target. Would be looking to accumulate this one in the 35-cent area. Chart looks really, really good, especially with the penny stocks waking up right now. DARA. Last week or week and a half ago, some of our biotech plays, as the market was retracing, we lightened up those plays. As we mentioned, when we lightened up, didn't mean we couldn't jump back into them again. Very nice bottom on these ones here. DARA held its uptrend line support there on Friday. Nice snapback into the close. Should see a very nice pop on this one Monday. RSI again held its uptrend line. ADX very strong. Stochastics bottomed out, and this one looks very, very good here this week. ETRM is another one. Triggered our stops there a few days ago at 53 cents, and that was more just of frustration and holding this one. But very nice bounce on this one on Friday on very good volume. Break and close above 60 cents could be what lights this candle. Would look to add this one on any dips around the 20-day exponential. That is at 57 cents. And a very nice chart set up here, and should be a very nice week for DARA and ETRM. That's pretty much it for the video. But going into tomorrow, favorite plays, ULU, an ROX, and then of course ETRM and DARA, and be ready and waiting, because if the penny stocks continue to do what they've been doing, it should be a very, very good week for the newsletter. That's it for the video. See you guys in the chat room tomorrow. And remember, if you're not in the chat room, you're missing out on plays like WAVE and IRSN, which we tagged before everyone else. So if you want to get in these before the crowds do, definitely jump into the chat room. That's it for the video. See you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.